Hello guys. My name is Rada, and I will be your teacher for the software design pattern in Python. Before we start, I want to show you what you will learn in today's video. In this video, we will understand and see an example in Python of the single responsibility principle. I will use Python 3.8. So, let us start. The single responsibility principle states that each class should only have one responsibility and one reason to change. We will take an example to understand more. A student of mine will help me in this lesson. Student? We want to make a video game. Can you please create a class that handles a person object?
Okay, I will first create a class called person. Okay, this class will take two parameters. I will say the name of the player maybe and his age. Okay, we will affect this parameter to the attributes of the class. Attributes name will take the name parameter, and attribute age will take the age parameter. Okay, now we will add some methods. We will put, for example, a method called info to give us the info about the player. Okay, we'll just print, for example, f string my name is self.name and I am self.age years old. Okay. Okay, now we will create another method, maybe method walk, to make the player walk, of course. We will just print I am walking. Okay, that's it. Now we will test our program. If name we will instantiate the class, so we will create an object. We'll call it player from the class person. We already said that this class takes two parameters, the name of the player, we will call it Adam, for example, and he is 20 years old. Okay, now we will print the infos of the player. Infos. Okay, and we will make the player walk like this. Okay, now we will test the program and we'll see. Okay, we will see that everything is working fine. My name is I add an A. My name is Adam and I am 20 years old. I am walking. Great. We will delete this. Okay.
Well done. Now let's consider that this person has a weapon, maybe a shotgun or 9mm.
Okay, so the shotgun or the 9mm will be taken as parameter. So I will add it here. Weapon. Okay, so I will add an attribute called also weapon. We'll give it this parameter weapon. Okay, and because we have a weapon now, we should also add an attribute for the bullets, the number of bullets. So I will put if self.weapon equal to, for example, I will start with 9mm. Okay, then self number of bullets will be, for example, 12. I don't know, maybe if self punct weapon equal to shotgun, then the number of bullets will be 6 bullets, for example. Else, if we don't have the weapon that you affect to the person, so we just raise value error, weapon not available, for example. Okay, great. Now we should add a method to handle the gun. So we call it def fire when the player fires. Okay, so we will before we fire, we must check if we still have bullet in the gun. So if self punct number of bullets is different from 0, that means we still have bullet in the gun. So we just print fire. Okay, great. And we must take 1 bullet from the gun. So we will have one bullet less. Okay, like this. As if the gun is empty, we just print self punct weapon is empty, like this. Okay, now we test our program. So here we must add the parameter for the gun. We will give it the shotgun, for example, shotgun. Okay, and now we test the method fire. We test it 7 times. 2, 4, 6, another one. Okay, let's test our program and see. Here you can see that we have my name is Adam and I am 20 years old. I am walking. Then he fires 6 times, and at the 7th time he wrote the gun is empty because the shotgun has only 6 bullets, like we added here. Okay, so good, everything is working fine.
Now, let us consider that we want to add aliens to the game. They also need to use guns, and maybe they can fly, for example.
Okay, I will add the class alien. I will put it in the top here. Class alien. Okay, this class will take just 2 parameters: the name of the player, and the weapon. Okay, so the attribute name, we have the name, and the attribute weapon will take the parameter weapon. Okay, so we must handle the gun also in this class, so we just copy this part from person class, copy, and we put it here. It is the same thing. Okay, and we add a method, let's say fly. Maybe the alien can fly. Okay, print I am flying. Great. Okay, and we must have the same method that handles the shooting. We will take it, or we copy it also from the class person, copy, and we will put it here. ah, like this. Okay, so now we have also class alien. So we will test it. We'll remove everything. You will have alien. Alien, take the name and the weapon. Okay. This time we will give it the 9 millimeters. Okay. So we'll test player, test fly, and player fire. We'll test it a lot of times. Okay, just to be sure. Okay, now, like we see, we have I am flying. Then we shoot with the 9 millimeter 12 times. Then the gun is empty. So great, everything is working fine.
Here the student created two classes, one called person and the other one is alien. To check if those classes respect the single responsibility, you have to ask the question, what is the responsibility of those classes, and if your answer include the word, and, then that means, you broke the single responsibility principle. So, what is the responsibility of the class person? Class person handles the person and the weapon, because we handle how many bullets the gun have, and how many bullets are left. And the same thing for class alien, it handles the alien, and the weapon. So both classes broke the single responsibility principle. To see the consequences of violating this principle, I will ask the student to add a new weapon to the game, for example the rifle.
Okay, if we add the rifle to the game, we must add it here. In the class alien, we must add if self weapon equal to rifle, then the self number of bullet this time is, for example, 9. And we must also, okay, we must also make the same change in the class person here. Okay, that's all, I guess. Yeah, must make the change in the class alien and in the class person. Okay.
So, did you see the problem? To add one new weapon, the student had to make changes in the class person and alien. Imagine if we had more different kind of players, like monsters, animals, or maybe wizards. We have to make changes in all those classes when we add a new weapon, so it will be too complex to make changes, and also we will have a lot of redundant codes, because the same code is implemented in a lot of classes. Now, we will make the student respect the single responsibility principle. Student? Separate the responsibility of the class person and alien. That means, the class person must only handle the person, and make another class, to handle the weapon, and the same thing for the class alien.
Okay, so we will create a class weapon. Okay. Class weapon. Okay. So she will take just 2 parameters, then just 1 parameters. The the name of the weapon. Okay, the weapon. Okay, so she will have only one attribute, weapon. Okay, and we should take all these parts from here, copy and paste it, because this class will handle the weapon, so she will do everything for us. We don't need to handle these things in the class alien or in the class person. The same thing for the method fire. Everything should be handled in the class weapon. We just change the name of the method, so to avoid confusion we will call it, for example, shoot. Okay. Okay, now the class alien and class person should take the object weapon, not the string like earlier, but object. So I will call it object to avoid confusion. Object weapon, new weapon, and we don't need all this anymore because it will be handled in the class weapon. And also here we just need to call from the object weapon the method shoots. That's all. The same thing here for the class person. New weapon. We don't need all of this anymore. Okay. And the same thing in the method fire, we just need to call the method shoots. That's all. We delete all of this. Okay, now first we create a weapon. Let's create a shotgun first. Okay, shotgun, we will instantiate it from class weapon. The weapon, like we said, take just one parameter, the name of the weapon. We'll give it shotgun. Okay. Why we have here an error? What? Weapon, like this. Okay. Okay, now we create an object player. We call it person equal instantiate from class person. This class take 3 parameters: the name of the person, we call it Adam, the age 30 years old, and the object weapon, we give it here the object shotgun. Okay, we will create another weapon, this time a rifle, for we call the object rifle. Weapon here, rifle, like this. Then we create an object alien from the class alien that takes 2 parameters: the name of the alien, we'll call it Jack, for example. Okay, and it takes also the object weapon, so we'll give it a rifle, for example. Okay, now we test the program, the method fire. Here fire, I will create a separation line to be, or after that. Okay, now we give it a shotgun, so we must test it a lot of times to see. Then we print a separation line here. Then we do the same thing for alien fire. also many times to be sure. Okay, now we test the program, run, and we can see here the person shoots with the gun 6 times, then the shotgun is empty, then the alien shoot with the rifle 9 times, then the rifle is empty. So you can see that everything is working fine.
Now, the weapon class handles everything concerning the weapon, and if we want to add a new weapon, we only need to make changes in this class. The class person and alien will not be touched. So this way, the program can be easily extended, and there is less redundancy in the code. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell.